welcome to Zzzzzzzzzz Lessons for Live channel. My name is Xander Villain. Today we're going to cover Land of a Thousand Dances, the Wilson Pickett version, in celebration of our 1000th subscriber. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it, helping our channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. So we're going to also touch on Ted Nugent's version, which is out of a different key and also very rock and roll. So we're going to do this in two parts. Intermediate tutorial, be pretty quick for you intermediate players to learn this song because it's pretty simple. Just got kind of a funky pace or a funky pattern to it. So it's kind of fun to learn and get into. Second part's for you beginners, where I'm going to show you the chords, progressions, picking patterns, all that good stuff. I recommend you watch the intermediate section first, but if you do want to jump ahead to the beginner section, go ahead and go to this time code right up here. That'll take you to it. Or you can go down to the description area, click on Beginner's Lessons time code. It'll jump ahead in the video for you. Thanks, and let's get right into this. All right, welcome to the intermediate tutorial of Land of a Thousand Dances. We're going to start with the Wilson Pickett version. And basically, it's based out of D. But it opens with a B hit. That 1, 2, 3, and that's a B minor. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, drum hit right there. Then that beginning thing, that's actually a bass line. Something like that. So once again, you hit 1, 2, 3, drum hit. That's a B minor to a D major. And then once that bass line goes through, it goes into a D right there. D down to a C, back up to a D. But what it sounds like it's doing there is it does the which is that major, that D major. I just do the top end. Now, if you want, you could skip that, and it's also got that horn section hitting in there, so you go every other time if you want. So I like doing There's another hit. There's another horn run in there. I think it's right there, which is like a B, C. That comes up later in the song. And then when it gets into the Land of the Thousand Dancers, there's actually no guitar in that. Na 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 na. But it's fun to play along with it, right? And that's just D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, A, C, A, G, A, C, D, C, D. That's basically it right there for all the parts, basically, for the song. Now, you could do it down here, too. And if you want to get more rock and roll with it, you could do like the chords, like. Wasn't exactly clean, but you get the idea. Ted Nugent version's out of E. Got a little distortion on it now here. And there's a lot of chunking going on. Na 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 na. And then he does that. He either goes up to there or he goes up to this, that E 7th right there, which is your on the lower end, and he does this on the lower end too. He does the E on the 5th string, 7th fret, then down to the 6th fret on your 4th string, back up to the 7th fret on your 3rd string. And it sounds like when he does that slide up, it's either here, or he might slide this up to the, fret up here, the 2nd octave E, right there. So, but I'm not going to get into the lead playing and stuff like that on this song. So his starts out with lots of drums, not a lot of playing in this song, more like the na-na-na-na-nas, right? But there is the part of the song where the chunking continues, and it sounds like he might be doing it all on the A string at that point. So he can keep that chunk going. Of course, there's 2 or 3 guitars in there, and if you watch the video online, there's actually a couple guys on stage with them there too. So, but again, it's E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D, B, D, B, A, B, D, A, D, E, or D, E, D, E, sorry. So that's the basics of the song right there. And then, once again, he does that. Won't you do the fandango? Then he's got this. You don't have to put that in there. You can just do that. When you do the fandango, do the splits now. I don't know the lyrics. Na 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 na. Of course, you can always go to a second octave if you want to too. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I think he's going way up here, which is really hard on the Les Paul because the back is so thick to get your up there for that. But that's basically the whole thing for you guys, both versions. Have fun with it. Let's get into the beginner section. All right, welcome to the beginner section of Land of 1,000 Dances. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. So this was made famous in the 70s by Ted Nugent, who did a really awesome rock and roll version of it. But the original version is Wilson Pickett, and it's based out of a D chord. So, but the opening hit is actually a B, and then it goes up to a D. So what we're going to be doing in this song is bar chords. Not really doing open chords. I'm going to show you kind of like how to utilize open chords as bar chords or power chords later on. But let's talk about the chords right now, how to play them. The first one's going to be a B minor, which means this finger is not down. Your middle finger is open. You got to bar all 6 strings on the 7th fret, which is your B note. That makes a B minor. So you got 7th fret for your 6th string, then the 9th fret for your 5th and 4th string, and then you've got your finger here, your index finger still barred across for your 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. That makes your B minor. And it sounds like they're not really hitting the root note. It might be just more of a top-endy thing. See if you get that root note in there, it kind of stomps over the high end. The low end frequencies will always overpower the high end frequencies. Hear that? So if you don't hit that root note, it sounds a little bit better, but that's it. And then the next one is a D, which is going to be on your 10th fret. That's your D on your 6th string. But this time you're putting your ring finger down to make a major chord instead of a minor. Once again, not hitting the root note, but go ahead and grab that root note anyways. So that's going to be 10th fret for your 6th string, 12th fret for your 5th and 4th string, 11th fret for your 3rd, with that middle finger right there. And then your index finger is still barring the 2 and the 1 with the fatty part of your finger right here. So it's 1, 2, 3. And that's a drum hit, by the way, right there. And then 1, 2, 3. And then it comes in with the root note there. The rest of the song is going to be single pickings, basically. Stuff like that. So I'll get into that in the lesson. Another point we're going to do later, just as an example, we're going to use the D up here in the open position, using your open D on your 4th string, your index finger on the 2nd fret of your 3rd string. And And then if you want, you can put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string, making it a full bar chord. But actually you want to do your ring finger, sorry, because you need your middle finger to do the. See that? What we're doing there is we're doing the same thing as that. But we're doing it with chords to make it a little bit more powerful, and I'll show you that during the lesson. All right, let's get into the lesson. So I didn't talk about the Ted Nugent stuff because I'm just going to touch on that at the end. That's in a different key. Let's work on the Wilson Pickett version. So to start with, it's kind of got a crowd going, and it says 1, 2, 3, drum hit, a snare hit, and then that B minor I just showed you. 1, 2, 3, move right up to that D major. And then that bass line comes in, which sounds like it's happening here, but on a guitar, you'd be on this note, but on a bass, you'd be up here, or up here. But we're not doing that. Guitar just does the hit, waits for it, and then comes in with a. So let me show you what's going on there. You're going to be going from the 12th fret on your 4th string to the 10th fret and back. And that's D, C, D. Now, if you're brand new, that's what you want to do. You just want to go bump, 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 wait, bump, 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 pause. You'll see. Right? Now, if you're a little bit more advanced than just a brand new beginner, you could put the top end of that D major that you hit. What you do is you pull up on it. All this is down picking otherwise, guys. See how it's all down. If that'll help, you can go 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So if you're going to add that chord, what you do is you just take the bottom 4 strings. You don't need to do that. What you do is you put your ring finger on the 12th fret of your 4th string, then your middle finger on the 11th fret of your 3rd, and then go ahead and put your index finger on the 1st and 2nd strings 10th fret and pull up. See how you're kind of in position? If you want, you could just do this if you can't quite get all 3 of these in there. All 3 of the fingers, just. Then as you get better at it, add that ring finger, middle finger. Pull up. I went down, but pull up. And then as you get even better, since your finger's right there after you do the, go ahead and leave it there and go. But pull up. Now remember, you're kind of stopping the string from ringing in between hits on this one, guys. Hear that? I'm kind of resting my palm right here on just above the bridge saddles to help mute it, but I'm also lifting this finger off the, you don't keep it down. You lift it up. And then you rest your finger on the string lightly to stop it from ringing. Now, there's a double horn hit in there. And if you want to have fun, you can hit on the horn hits if you want, but that's not what the guitar is doing. You could do. Gotta do the 1, 2, C. Then later in the song it goes, that's your A, B, and C on your second note. That's a horn hit though. So you can do it, but I recommend that you just stick to the guitar part. Now, the na-na-na-na-nas, the guitar doesn't play during that. It's just na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na with drums. It's a really rhythmic song, obviously. But if you want to play along with it, which is the fun part, you can do, you start on your 12th fret of your 4th string, then 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. But you see how I switch strings. So it's between the 4th string and the 5th string on your 10th and 12th fret. 12 on the, this is all on, the first part I'm going to show you is all on the 4th string. 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Now it's going to drop from the 4th to the 5th. 4, 5, 4, 10, 12, 10. Strings. 4, 5, 4. Frets. 10, 12, 10. And then down to the 5th string only. 12, 10, 12. Then back up to the 4th. 10, 12, 10, 12. So watch and play along with me. We'll go slow. Here we go. Put a little shimmy on that. See? I'm holding my finger down and I'm just shaking my hand. I'm not doing my wrist. I'm not really doing my wrist. And I'm not doing my finger. You can, but I'm doing my whole, kind of my whole arm in a stiff position. So it's, see that? Right away I'm, it's very light in there. If I do it exaggerated, you'll hear the vibrato. Hear that? But you're just doing it really lightly. So that's basically the whole song, guys, unless you want to do that. Which is once again A, B, C on your 4th fret, 4th string, 7th, 9th, and 10th frets. You can do it with one finger, or 2 fingers, or all 3. See that? So that's the Wilson Pickett version. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced, let's just do the power chord. So D open, 4th string open with your index finger on your 3rd fret, 2nd string, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then you go in single note from your C back up to your D. So you go into your 5th string. See that? 4th string to the 5th. But you're hitting the chord when you go down. Single note here, double note here. 4th and 3rd string, double note, single note on this one. But then when you go to the A, 5th and 4th string with the index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string to create an A power chord. Single notes always on these, right? Now that's kind of fun, huh? Let's take it really slow. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. 5, 4, 5, 4. One more time. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. 5, 4, 5, 4. 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. 5, 4, 5, 4. It's like doing it here. Just like up here, you're just one octave lower, right? This was, we already learned that. This one is 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd fret, 5th string. And then the same thing on your 6th string, 5th and 3rd. All downstrokes. I know that's going to be really hard, but keep working on that. Now let's touch on the Ted Nugent version. And I'm going to stay clean for this. I was going to go to distortion, but let's go ahead and stay clean on this so we can hear what's going on. Ted does it out of E, right? So it's the same thing I just showed you, but now you're going to go up to the E. You're going to go up 2 frets. So instead of 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, right? Same thing, you're going from your 5th string to your 6th string, but you're doing 7, 5. So that time I shimmied with my finger and my wrist. That's the real shimmy right there. Now, the reason he switched it there is because he's a rocker and he wanted that open E. Right? Here's something else he does in there. It's called a E7th. It's kind of like an odd E7th, but a lot of people do this in rock and roll. You can add your pinky, but I don't think he's doing that. I think he's just doing the E7th here. How do we achieve that? When you hit that, you don't hit your open E string. You get rid of that. So then you're on the 7th fret of your 5th string, the 6th fret of your 4th string, the 7th fret of your 3rd string. All together, it sounds like a mess when you do stuff like that, but if you... It's a very bluesy thing. You'll hear that in there. Gonna do the wang tango. Gonna do the da da ba da 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 ba da na 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 na. Said na 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 na. Now notice he's not doing that we learned for the Wilson Pickett thing, because it's more of a gonna do the wang tango. Then at one point during the song he does up down and do the wang tango. Most of the time it's pretty clean. The second guitar might be doing this chunk underneath. If you wanted to try them together, if you really want to practice something hard, it's keeping this going and then you can do that if you want. Same as this, but you're staying on the A string. That's 5 2 5 2 open 2 5 7 5 7, right? All on the A string, all on the 5th string. That way you can keep this going. See, I can't even do it very well, but you get the idea. Super hard to do. I think one guitar is just doing that chunk while the other one's gonna do the wango tango. Gonna do the hip slip now. You can pull up on that too. Just don't hit that B string. Hit the 3, 4, and 5 only. Once again, it's and that's the 7, 5 on your 5th string, and then the 7th on your 6th. Then right back up to the 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. 7 on the 5th, 5 on the 5th, 7 on the 6th, 7 on the 5, 5 on the 5, 7 on the 6, right? Hey, so that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this lesson, and if you did, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. And again, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Check out another video right now. Go ahead and click this link right here. Check out our channel. See all our videos and playlists. Go ahead and click this link down there. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one.